let's have a look at this then. Say House WM1050W, also known as a HEC WM1050W, which also is apparently actually not a HEC, it's a Heyer HEC, but without the Heyer name written on it for some bizarre reason. But anyway, both of these are identical, same with the silver version. Been wanting one of these. It's definitely it seems I've been wanting one of these for ages, because if anyone's been on my YouTube channel for long enough, people know exactly that I've actually had the pleasure of having videos of one, and I've always wanted one simply because it's one of the media's first attempts sort of to get onto our market. I'll just show you inside. So, we've got our hose, which for some reason looks like it's been clearly cut off, so it's useless. There's our filter. I took that out. Nothing in it, to be honest. Drum sounds fine. Bearings sound fine. Door seal's not too bad. Bit of tissue in it, I think. Not really mold, not too much mold or anything, just tissue. It's a bit, look, it's greened itself. It's probably had tea in it then if it's greened, because that's the, as we found out before in the past with our lab testing. Look, it's full of tissue. It's dried tissue. Somebody's tissue exploded. And I've always wanted one because of how needlessly complicated this is. Now, it was £149 back in the day. £149, the cheapest machine, and a Becker was 169 quid. Well level. And it seems to rattle a bit like an Indus 2, because the back cover's not on properly. That's gonna be annoying, but anyway. Actually, I like that. That's quite cool. A little splitter in the door there. It's a hell of a key. Right. But we've got a problem. So, before we can even let's see if this works. Yeah, the cable's been cut off. Same with obviously the hose, which I don't get. I've also got some tape on here. But oddly enough, I was going to say, it looks like they put it on because obviously there's no screws, but the panel's probably been taken off and then not put back on right. Because if it's anything like an Indus, there should be two grooves it slips under. And there is, and they've not done that. Obviously they had the panel off at some point. Whether it's had a repair in the past, who knows. So first things first is to get a cable and stick it on. And to put this panel back on properly. Oh, so this machine looks like one of those machines that somebody's tried to repair and repair badly. So they've replaced the inlets at some point. And they've wrapped tape around these to pin these away. But they've not taken into account that, you know, that concrete weight's going to smash against the wires. Yeah. Now, luckily, it hasn't actually damaged the wires, but it is obviously starting to bend the pins. So that leaves turning round. And quite easy to do as well, because there's plenty of wire actually, so we're fine. There's a bit of burning down there, can we see? So there's no guarantee that this is going to work. The thing is, though, this is very rudely element. This is one of them machines that are very, very basic days. Like, you can see all this wiring here. It's something like you'd see in the 80s, and yet this is obviously on a machine that's way into the 2000s. Small board there. Obviously this is your main board anyway as well. You've got main suppressor, which is fine. But I'm guessing, because there is a bit of burning, whether there's going to be a these are, you know, common for the motors to fail. In fact, looking at it, it's may have blown some solder off, to be honest, or blown the resistor off. One of these off. Because if you look, one there, and one completely missing there. So no guarantee this is going to work, fortunately. But we'll see. We'll see. And because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, if I come down to the motor, let's have a look. We've got quite a few more actually. Like the heater's got 3 wires for the thermostat, weirdly, and 2 for the heater. The motor's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. It's got 2 smaller wires for the tacho, and then 4 for the main. So if you look at there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no blue to that, but because we've got 3 red and a black, and 2 smaller black, that is for the motor. And then that blue is looping round to be honest, I think it's looping around to a pressure switch, or one of these. Possibly one of these, because we have got a no spin. No, we've got a rinse hold, sorry. One off. Blue. We've got dual brown there, so that's to the heater, weirdly. Thin blue, thin brown. That's going to go down to the thermostat. So where's this blue heading? Not sure. Oh, to the lock, possibly. Yeah, because these were quite... To be honest, all house machines did eventually blow the board. It's happened with all of them over the years. Well, it was HEC as well. And the latest ones after that. Shame really, because I'm going to put a wire on, plug it in, see what happens, but I think that's completely blown off. It's blown to smithereens. Now, I think it's repairable. Looking at it, we may be able to solder, because this is obviously rudimentary. We can solder another one on. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to attach the wire first, because we need to see what there is. Shame really. Right, what I'm going to do with this insert now is change the pins over between the hot and the cold. So we're only testing the valve itself. We'll make sure that the timer itself is working. So we're going to change them over. We know this cold one works. So change them over. Now it will mean it will probably so it will fill with cold. Actually, I was about to say, because it doesn't matter where that is, because that only directs hot or cold. So we'll swap them over, let it and then see if it fills. Simple as, really. We're going to hit record. I was about to say, let's see if it washes now. So, and it fills on wash. So it's just a valve. We just need to replace the hot valve. It's not opening up. Because likewise, if I now go to rinse, which is over here, for example, you can hear a buzz. So now it's trying to take it from... I've swapped them over, so I'm trying to take it from the hot valve. Not working. So we're working. So, there's two ways we can go about this. Basically, what I'm going to do... Right. This house here thing... Ugh, that's a correct valve from a HW1050 -2 that I scrapped years ago. Right, now that points the right way. Can you see how that, instead of pointing forwards, it points that way? So obviously this doesn't smash into the connectors. So what I'm going to do with that, swap that over, take that one out, and we're going to retrofit this. Now it doesn't matter whether you've got a modern thing in, because they work exactly the same principle. The only difference between, say, that one and this one is that everything's serviceable inside this. Yeah? That valve's pretty much the same, but the top bit you can unscrew. So when things break, like it does, you may be able to service it. However, it not opening as opposed to it not closing, two different things. Usually not closing is a broken seat, a broken seat seal. Not this case. I'm not too sure. Usually, you've got magnets basically. You send electricity through, and the magnet pulls back like that. So when you let go of the electric, it should automatically go back up like that. And whatever's happening, it can't magnetise it. So that's basically what it is. So what I'm going to do is leave the hot valve in. Sorry, leave the cold valve in that works. Then attach that, this one, put that in there, and then attach both sets correctly to these. They are pretty much universal, these, so that's exactly the same as that. It doesn't matter. Then I can just run it on a cold without having to use a dual. Then later on, if I want to, I can then separate them and go back to a hot and cold, if I want, a separate hot and cold. And all you do is just disconnect the one as well as the pipe, and then just put them pins on the actual hot, still working. Yes, I've actually looked online, and unfortunately I'm struggling to find any Indesit valves, proper 80s valves, but I'm not too bothered because all the valve does is literally open and shut. So it's just easy enough just to stick one of these in, a modern thing in. And bearing in mind, whoever stuck this in, I bought the wrong one for this, and it's from a much later model. Because that, see, that's obviously at the time. Now that's a few years later than this. Probably like 2009, 2010, something like that. But this actually has that on. I forgot what they're called now. So yeah, that looks like the job we're going to do. Nice one. Right, let's test it out then. Look at that. It just fits. So that's the twin valve. So at least the pins they're pointing this way, but they're right over there, out the way. That's the old hot valve. Just won't open. So it's also unserviceable. If you notice, they're pins. They're not screws. Yeah, so right, let's try it. So 5. Two. working. And through the right hole as well, so that's big. Very cool. It works. It's great. What do you want? Oh yeah, I've tried to clean this, and I kind of had to stop because it is starting to fade now as well, unfortunately. I got most of the tape off, and we can kind of see it now, like before. But yeah, it's not great. So yeah, right, I'm going to put the lid on. Oh, I'm going to drain it out, put the lid on, and we get some washing done with it. Ooh, oh. Cool. Right, let's test this out first. This is first of 4 from auction. I've bought all 4 washers that was there because they were all going so cheap. Nobody wanted them, apparently. This one makes kind of sense because it's obviously, you know, how can you believe now that this machine is now what, 15, 16 years old? 15 years old. Right, so let's turn it on, put it on fast spin, start off with, see if the motor works, see if it door locks, see if it drains. Go. That panel reacts, is all very well lit and it's reacting very straight away. The stuff it seems, one weird issue is the top board, this control board, can end up, you turn it on and it will delay anything. And it's just the top board that just needs replacing, not the bottom board. Done it for with a WD-420 for somebody. Drains fine. This is obviously I want to say Insit variant. So it was after Insit took over the whole company in 2005. So then after that the tubs became welded. It's the same drum style, so it's WMA drum, but then it came welded and the pump was then relocated from the back to the front with a filter. It does mean though, of course, when the bearings or the spider snaps, it is goodbye to the washer. So when these washers get sold now, they used to put a WO, working order, but now they don't. Probably mostly because I've done it before where I've gone in, seen working order, spun the drum and the bearings have really gone, like the whole drum's collapsed. So how is that working order? And it turns out, because obviously they do house clearances, what they do, they ask if the person is about for the house clearance, to ask them if they know it's a working order. But they could just easily say, yeah. Oh yeah, well, we're washing my clothes. What, really bad bearings? Spin the drum by hand doesn't seem to be anything. But what I'm going to do is we're going to do no, very technical. can hear it now. Can't feel it. You can't feel anything. And when you say even sort of at 200, 300 RPM by hand, can't hear anything. But now I can. It's just ever so slightly, ever so slightly notchy. Tiniest bit. Oh yes. So plans is wash racing with it, and record it. Because actually, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever had a WF. Oh no, I have. I've had a WF 541. I've had a couple. There's a famous YouTube video of one of them going wrong, where the spider snapped. That was very good entertainment. But this has got the inset. Insets sort of do the same. Right, I'm going to hook the water up and we'll run a wash. I don't put it on rinse, just put it straight on to wash. Pre-wash, fill in pre-wash first, main wash. About 95. Acid. Oh, another thing as well is the door seal is covered in black mould, so it will be changed over. Yep, fine. I'll come back when it's heating. About 10 minutes time. I don't know, if something else in. Right, another one. This is same auction. 879, 880. Test it out. It's Curry's Essentials C510WM14, which makes it what are we on, 9 years. It's the old Vestal style before the change in 2015. Oh, that's odd. Oh, 60 pre-wash. You can have a pre-wash. No spin. Play start button is actually different. It feels different to the other buttons. Yeah. Absolutely fine. Yeah, that's happily heating. So do the same with this. It's a bit stiff. What's going on here? It's like it's broken. It's like it's not on its rails, but it's collapsed off it. What's going on there? Well, it looks fine. That's odd. It just wasn't put in right. put it in right. That's all. Fixed. Right. Get some more citric acid and put it in. Oh yeah, just changed from pre-wash to main wash then without really stopping. Different. Cool. That point stopped. Well, that's because it's now on its final heating phase where it just keeps on heating up. Oddly enough, the Curry Essentials is sort of on similar, a bit cooler than the hot points, but you know, it's not far behind. There, they've just got the old in the set, which is coming out and getting put away now. Just a quick boil wash to get any residue out. Look, it's just extremely clean, so it will just sterilise it. This has been in file for a while, by the way. My Miele T1 heat pump. To try and save some energy. I don't know why, because I don't even pay for electricity, but I thought I'm going to try it because we obviously do a lot of drying. Why not use it? Why not? Yeah, that's one load of towels in, another load's going afterwards. Because the thing is, I'll be using that when I'm not testing any dryers, that makes sense. Because also that hot point down there is also my secondary dryer, which is kind of, because it's not being tested anymore, it's been done up, but I didn't really have another condenser to play with. As for the old Creeder dryer, which is still here, yeah, the next stage is to get that bypassed, so we don't have to use this anymore. Clean it up. It was already hoovered out and fixed. It was just the starter that kept blowing the start for some reason. So the next thing is get that bypassed off. And then there's the old Bosch, which just really needs just hoovering out, because that was fully working except for obviously it kept building up and leaking out from the back. Common issue on them Bosch Classics dryers. We've also got a Becker dryer here. This is my cousin's old one. It lasted just a whole year. If you notice, then we've got quite a bit of build up. Fluff at the back. Now the fluff filter is emptied, but the condenser, yeah, it's pretty clogged. Not good. But that's not the reason why it's here. Apparently the drum's not turning, so, but the belt is attached, so yeah, it's clearly a. I've not even plugged it in, but I will do, and I'm 1,000,000% sure it's a capacitor issue. Right, so the Curry Essentials is on cool down already. That is hot point. Yeah, that's in wash mode. point stopped again. It's not filled up yet. So that's reached the end of the wash cycle. I'm about to go into cool down. At that point, well, it's intermediate spin. This is on its final rinse. Yeah, it's fine. Let me change that seal though. I'm quite surprised, this jewellery is pretty clean. So it's just on that thing of going sort of up to 1400 and now it's going back down. It's not hovering. It's alright. Yeah, so change seal. This feels looking pretty clean. That's pretty clean inside as well. Whoa. That's really good. It really does really good. Just to change seal over. That again, the drill is clean. Not too bad. Might just change it over clean knob. Now put it wrong. Put the seal, I'll get changed over. Right, let's put this in now. Right, just a quick look at this then. It's my time EWD 71452 type N, just like that other end is it that I've got. And it is full of slime. Yuck. Also, first time we've actually been able to open a door. It was locked in the auction because it looks like it's got to the end of the cycle. Maybe test it on spin. But the jaw, oh, that's pretty good. It's not too bad. I've seen worse. But it does. Yeah, I'll change the seal. A little bit of mould here and there. What I can see. Yeah, I'll change the seal over, or get it cleaned anyway. The paddles are fine, but that, look, it is absolutely covered in grub. Right, so give it a test out. So, right. So anyway, 1 off, 1 off, wob, now I've gone to 18 instead of 10. That's quite interesting now that the test mode actually says 18 minutes. Oh wow. Oh yeah, you can actually do it to 40 as well. That is pretty cool. This is the first time I've seen the actual time be displayed. Test. So run test mode. So we've got the kit plate obviously taken off there. Run test mode and then we're going to run a cleaning cycle because absolute gunked up. Yeah. Looks like a mix of pods in using of the fast zone basically. So I mean, yeah, it's been used as intended, but I don't really agree with it. Well, it's already drained successfully. Okay, so it's spun up. It's working. So yeah, that's going to go onto a boiler wash now. So it's on a boiler wash. So you changed the programs on this one. This is the Type N. So you got Eco 4060, but oddly enough you got synthetics on a separate program. And you got cottons on a separate program. Because the older one would have had synthetics under that with the extra wash button. But now it's gone. Same with that cotton, which would have been 60, that one, with extra wash. And then white 60 is now your white 90. It's, yeah, getting really complicated nowadays. Right, so you've got mixed colours. Now obviously if you select extra wash, it comes down 45. That's 10 minutes longer than it should be, stated. Cotton 59. 60 with extra wash. That's 10 minutes longer than the white one. Then you got synthetics 59. That's quite interesting. Right. So this is synthetics at 30. So you can't go above 30, which is a shame because the old 59 allowed you to go to 60. If you select extra wash, it becomes an hour 40. Which means that's the old synthetics program built into it still. Then you got cotton 45 at 40. You select extra wash, and it looks like you're getting some kind of cotton 60 program at 40. Then we've got mix 30 with extra wash. It then becomes, you know, another cotton's 30 program. So it's been tweaked quite a bit, and the Express 20, and if you set extra wash, it becomes that 20 degree program, which is the new one that's been put on all the indices. Then you got cotton 40. There you go. 51 minutes. It's longer on the 50 cycle than it is on 60. That's your cotton standard eco program. But then we've got synthetics, standard synthetics, which goes to 60, which now takes 3 hours 7. That's shocking. Then we've got wool, and then we've got Eco 4060, which is your new standard program. And then oddly enough, there's whites. So there you go. It's 2 minutes shorter than the older program. You've got Energy Saver, which will run the Eco program. There's a cotton version and synthetic version, as you would expect. Go. And the final one from auction, this 10 kilo Ultimate S Line RPD 10657J. Right. Condition, it's pretty good actually. There is no mould in its antimicrobic door seal, which is good. And it also looks like it's being used on bed and bath. At 60, at 1600 spin on the last programme. Obviously while it's been off, it's had, you know, I've been messed about with it, so Chester dial and stuff like that. Door itself, It's got like, it's a bit ingrained, but no real mould. Very ingrained, like, it's coming off. It almost looks like rust, in a weird way, but it probably isn't. It's probably a detergent. We've got anti-stain power 20. It's 3.5 hours, that one. Anti-stain turbo 45 minutes, 20 degrees. You can go at 40. So that's going to be the same as that, I think. Cotton 45. It looks like we've got cotton. It says 40, 30, 20, 90, 3 hours 31, 70, 60. I think that's normal cottons. Let's see, then we've got synthetics. What's this then? This is the oldest synthetics. It's nice. Past 30. Not changed. Colour care. This is quite interesting. I like. So with this, you get this button here, colour care. So you've got darks, whites. 60 degrees, 1600 spin. This is the white cycle that's carried over from, the smarts and everything like stuff like that. Then we got colours, which is your mixed 40 program. I think darks is actually jeans. It's an hour 20, an 800 spin. We've got ultra delicates, 30 degrees. Now, this has been, despite you being used at 60, it's got quite a bit of gunk build up inside the filter and through the pipes. So, heavy use of liquid. So more likely, pods. I hate pods. Hour 40 wool. Eco cotton, let's see how long this one is. 3 hours 40. 60 is 3 hours 40. Shirts with we've also got this button here, multi-rinse. You can have 1, 2. Oh, only one on that. Investigate that one. Then we've got baby. 2 hours 40. Anti-allergy 60 with no multi-rinse, and been in bath 7 days, 2 hours 35, which you can have 3 multi-rinses if you want. Don't know why. Oh, you got time saver button up here. Oh, how's that? Look. So that takes about 10 minutes off. Great. And then we've got duvets. 30. Multi-rinse is available as well. Let's go to, because I didn't see before, let's see, time saver, where can we use it? I'm guessing cotton and synthetics. It doesn't do much. We've got direct injection. Power, eco energy, and off. Power, eco energy. It's dropped the spin though, look. Eco Energy's dropped the spin. Well, it hasn't. Because I messed about before. Got steam hygiene as well, which takes place after the main wash. Direct injection. So you see, the thing is, you don't know what it was actually active on because you've got to press it. Colour care, maybe. Maybe not on dark. Let's check whites, because whites may. Nope. Colours. Colours, mixed colours. Nope. Ultra delicates. Oh, that's got it. Power. Off. Power. Wool. Power. It's already on power. You can't change it. Eco cotton. Power. Eco energy. Power. Which adds on time. And changes the name of it as well. Power. Off. So there's quite a lot here to mess about with. Baby. Power. Off. Right. Eco energy. Off. Power. Power doesn't add any time. So, right, what we're going to do, put some clean agent into there. Run. Auto clean. Auto cleaning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press start, pause. Okay. That's finished. Oh, it's not mine. Oh, that's finished early. Yeah, because it's not heating. Oh, it's not heating. That's why it did its auto test quickly. Interesting. Now, I know that citric acid would have been a bit wasted because obviously it doesn't heat, but it will help. And now it's filling up with water. So yeah, we'll look into that. If it's done it quickly like that, it suggests a kind of a stat problem rather than a heater problem. Although that also depends on how it's been programmed. Because it may time itself out, for example, if it goes, there's no change after starting to heat. That would explain why it was such a quick wash. Apparently it's still on wash. Huh? You know what? It's still on wash. So was that a pre-wash? Duh? $22, 38, 218. 20-minute pre-wash is normally what it takes. We'll come back to this in about half an hour's time. Or even in about 20 minutes time. Yep. So, hot point, currently running absolutely fine. In the sits, it's running, and it's heating, and it's pretty hot as well. They're both pretty much at the same temp. So it turns out that this white cycle does run an automatic pre-wash. Weird. It's the only one that ever does. These are clean. These are proper clean, this hot point does. Fine. Some cool down mode. Thing is though, it's doing exactly like the Hot Point Smart did. Oh, it's taking a bit of time to sort of like gap pressure. But like the Hot Point Smart, after running a few boil washes, it's fine. So it's probably something I'm going to have to do. I mean, this should help flush it out. Well, the insit's done anyway. Right, it's fully working hot plate dishwasher. To be fair, it needs a new mains cable. £15! Oh well, gotta be done. No getting away from that. Not that I can even like chop it down because the first bit is that's damaged is about 1.5 foot away. Yeah, I doubt you're gonna plug your dishwasher with 1.5 foot of mains cable. So now I can do. Yeah. Oh well, bite the bullet, 15 quid. To be fair, it's not a bad dishwasher. And there's no concerns inside there either. Cool, get it done. I just realised something with this door seal. It's been replaced. This isn't a proper WF seal. So, to be honest, that patch, there's a little tiny patch of mould there, like very faint in, and that's it. The rest of it is clean. Let's do a wash race. Literally. So just put some towels in, test the suspension out. That's about it really, that's all it does. And we've all put on 30-minute washers. So this basically tests out how clean the drums are and how balanced the suspension is. I'm wondering if this WF has been repaired at some point or refurbished at some point, because if that door seal's not quite the same, I wonder whether the suspension legs have been replaced. To be fair, I don't think it was that bouncy anyway as well. Like normally you can just go on the drum, because the original shocks were that shocking that they will always fail within literally the first year, if that. That's cool. The little display's gone dim. It doesn't go out, it just goes dim. He hasn't done anything yet, but you know, still time. So hot points on each speed spin. The LWS and the speed spin. Vincent's and drain. It does that distribution J thingy. Does that one do it as well? Can't remember. Well, it's too far ahead to do that. It's done it. I did try to look before, but because they say that bit of the floor, you can see the joins. That's where the old wall used to be. It's definitely not level. Especially not bad out on it, I kind of expect that. That's on his meat spin now as well. That's still trying to spit. He's had his suspension replaced. This is lucky. Side suspension replaced, so yeah, that should have the instant time for pushing on its back. Push backwards. I've hauled it out now. It's, the spin pattern on the new Mix 30 is different. don't do that. Check this out then. It's a Pro Action slimline dishwasher which I bought for 3 on. It's eco. 3 on. We'll use the nice minute wash for testing. Huh? Why have we got 2 baskets? Definitely that one. That one's a spare. That'll come useful. It will actually come useful. And why have we got 1, 2, 3 spoons? Coming useful. Fairly clean. Not bad actually. Yeah, so I bought this for 20 quid. It wasn't intended. Basically, what I did was the Electrolux washer dryer, the 80s Electrolux washer dryer that we have. The same guy was then selling me that 20 quid, so I thought, well, I'm stood right here, so hey, why not? So we'll just test this on a 90-minute wash. I think that reaches 60. It's like a 60-degree program. Like something white balance thing, this program. That's quite unusual. The LEDs are all white, so you can hardly see them. Well, it's washing with water. These 3 are that is just done. Yeah, that's why it's still locked. Why am I doing that? It says door lock there. But yeah, let's have a look. I can get to the hot point anyway. They smell clean and fine, so it's 1 cleaning cycle is enough. Like I said, I've been using bed and bath, so to be honest, most of it is just to clear out the pipes later on. That's just gone ping, and it's still lit. Not that. That's gone off. That's a real underlay. Hot point then. Clean. Cool. And the insert. Go up there. Right, so the underset needs a bit more cleaning. They kind of smell. So, yeah, it needs another boil wash or so or something like that. Which is what I think I'll do. In fact, I'll just stick the towels in with it. I'll put it on after. Now, I'm going to get another machine. See you in a second. We're happily heating up. Right, because I can't be bothered to sort out in there yet, let me just show you this one. So it's a Bosch Max 8 that was thrown out. However, can you see? This is snapped. I think when I got it, this was sort of hanging off and it just completely flipped off by the time I got it in the car. So, unfortunately, we need to sort out one of them. I suppose I can go pinch one for now to make sure it works. And then we can try and run the cycle, because as soon as I plug it in, it's fine. How is shirts 15? Oh, it's on fine adjust. Ah, I see. So, shirts fine adjust is still a what you call it program. Down's pretty interesting. That says 3 out of 46. It's for, because it's for duvets and pillows and stuff, what it'll do is probably cycle on and off. Hence why it's so long. Right. Let's go find a watch cut. A pin for it. So yeah, it's definitely a door catch. It's not. This is really rough. One of the roller bearings or something gone on this. So, oh that's it. Let's take a look. That's on cold, by the way. Watch, yeah. So, it's just that catch. Because this is, it looks like this is a reversible door, they put the pin in the middle. Actually, what I'm going to do is go off. Just quickly see if it warms up. So, warm. They got drying time there. That's pretty cool. I want to see if it warms up. Off a second. Yeah, it's getting alright. I'm surprised it's actually dried at all. That needs to be clean. That is sucking in air to go over the condenser, which then makes the water condense as the hot heat meets the cold metal. What you call it, metal innards of the condenser. Is essentially a condenser is a radiator. Radiator fins. So that cold air, so the air goes through, condenses against a plate, and that plate transferred to a radiator mesh, and that basically cools it down. If it stays hot, it won't condense. That is seriously bad. I don't think anything that bad before. Yep, works fine. So on your door pin, what probably is a roller or two. It's the dial component to being changed, but it's a bit scuffed for some reason. I'm just going to cool it down and then we'll put it away. Oh, not enough. Oh, nearly did it. Nearly tight enough to do it. Never mind. Cool, those are one tested. Final update on the Bosch. It's a sealed door. I'm not kidding, it's a sealed door. There's no screws in it at all, and the front was actually, well, glued on. I'm going to guess that somebody has actually tried to fix this and then realised it's a glued, you know. Or maybe it's been repaired in the past, because to be fair, the heat shield isn't really in properly. So, I'll look for a door. Go backwards 1400 and then he actually did go, nah, we'll slow that down again. But you can definitely see it. This is bad. Look at that. It was kind of, you could, within that 10 seconds, it kind of went from, like, we're going to just completely went. I think I'm going to get one more cycle out of this, though. I ain't giving you up just yet. It's doing one more cycle and then it's going in the bin. I am quite impressed though, it's taken, basically done about 15 cycles since I've had it. Now it got thrown out, but I actually, did I buy from eBay? Yeah, I did. Because it had a lock issue and the pin was missing. So after changing everything over, it worked. But it's now gone. Anyway, it's going to be one more cycle for tonight. And it's going to come out and then be changed to another hot point for the next cycle. Actually, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do constant standard as well between the Samsung, between all four of these. So what we're going to do is take this 7 kilo smart out and we put the 8 kilo smart with the 7 kilo smart board on it in its place instead. Also, that means the wash races I was going to do with this has gone out the window. This was supposed to go against the 8 kilo version of the same machine. But I don't think it's going to happen. Bear in mind, when the spider's going, I don't think it's completely snapped yet. You can see the difference. But is it gone? Completely new. I don't think it's completely snapped yet. So what I can end up doing is a bit like the into my time that I've got, the 6 kilo my time, is you can reuse it still. Yeah, they kind of fracture and then they go. So I think this is fractured at the minute, so you won't be able to tell necessarily. Yeah, also you can smell the difference. So let's see which one it is. So what you do is you pull there. You can see how it's gone backwards. Yeah, it's that one. It's actually that one. Yeah, if I pause you. Pause. Okay, so that hasn't gone. Hold on, has it? I'm not sure. Oh, this one's definitely strong. This is fine. This isn't moving. That one. That one. It's lifting. Anyway, we're going to do one more wash with this for now. Yeah. Reason being it's going on delicates, and of course delicates doesn't spin. I was going to respin, because it's a cushion being washed, I was going to respin the cushion in the hot plate afterwards, but never mind.